You ever just feel like you're being watched? Just get that feeling sometimes. Well, guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farms. It's a good day. You want to know why? It's before noon. We're already planting. I took a half day off work. It's Tuesday the 29th. I'm a little tired. We're all a little tired, but we're pushing hard because we're going to get rained out tomorrow probably. So we need to get at least 300 acres of corn in. That's our goal. So 250 today. We'll see. It's going to be a stretch, but we shall see. We got some good going, so Pat very well could. We'll just have to see, though. So I got to come down here, close some gates, and then I'm going to head up to the farm, probably run some tillage for a little bit, and then when I can get spraying, I'm going to try and finish up our beans. Curtis is going to be running the cat full bore here soon, try to stay ahead of the planter, and Nathan and Pat are going to be planting. So that's all we got. We only got 4 people today. Ideally, we'd have more, but it's just going to be what it is. Hi, dear cows. Okay, so I do got some big news. You might be wondering why we're down here at the South Farm a bunch. Well, Nathan actually bought this place. The farm bought this place. So this is a 25-acre chunk with cattle buildings, cattle sheds, pit silo, the bin site, the nice shed over there, all the buildings, the grain dryer, everything. So we bought 25 acres worth down here for a large chunk of money, but that also included the pasture and about 15 acres of tillable roughly. So there's 10 acres of, you know, building grounds and houses and all that fun stuff, and 15 acres of tillable. Reason for that, we've been farming it for a while. We know the guys that owned it beforehand, and we just felt like it was a really good expansion of our operation. So that might be why we are struggling to, you know, we always have so many chores to do. Well, that's because we got to run down here every single day. We got feeder cows that are actually we purchased from Nebraska a couple months ago. We are feeding them out here. Eventually we will bring them up to butches at some point and actually be able to fatten them out there. But yeah, these are our cows. This is our building. We have a new farm. Pretty excited. Like I said, majority of it was an expansion of our cattle operation, but to be blunt with you guys, the cattle operation has been floating the boat the last couple of years. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. Or we thought it was a pretty worthwhile investment because you think about it, everybody is getting out of cattle, getting out of animals. But right now, cattle prices are at an all-time high. Yes, the input to purchase cattle is at an all-time high as well, but you know, it is what it is. You got to spend money to make money. And right now, the cows have been floating the boat on the farm. So we're pretty excited. It's a pretty good opportunity for us. Good thing for Nathan Curtis to help expand the operation. And yeah, so yeah, that's our new farm. So now we got to get going. I gotta go grab some chemical and head to the farm so that way I'm not too far behind. So there's the chisel I broke. Gotta get that fixed at some point. And there's the neighbor out planting his corn, I think. I'm not sure what he's gonna be planting there. I'm guessing corn. And I think they just terminated that cover crop. Stuff is thick. Yuck! Neighbors have quite a bit of bad weeds and stuff in through here, so they're trying to chop that up. Kind of see it's not doing the greatest job. Oof. They gotta really work that to kind of work through some of these weeds. That way they can actually plant it. So I'm just stopping into our local seed dealer spot. I'm actually gonna buy a jug of chemical off of them. They have the cheapest price. So I'm gonna grab that, and that should be the rest of the chemicals I need for beans. So hopefully that works. Hopefully. Yeah, they got a heck of a setup. That is for sure. Okay, so the plan is Nathan worked the outside of that field that I actually chiseled in this video right here. Take a look. But he worked the outside with the finisher that has the disc gang on it, and it'll chew up weeds and the outside around a lot better. Then Curtis is gonna come in with the field cultivator, which just has sweeps. It does a much better job. It levels it out, but it does not have any ability to kind of cut through any weeds or grass or anything like that. But the nice thing about that is less power requirements. You can go wider. So he's gonna go finish the rest of that field. While I believe there's Mark, how's it going, buddy? I am gonna go ahead and get Nathan ready to go get him planting, and then I'll probably start working ground below the road. And eventually when the wind dies down, I will probably stop and get spraying. At least that's the hope. Our four-wheeler's still sitting out there, so I'll probably go grab that at some point. And Nathan looks like he's working ground right now on the outside round of this piece. So I thought he'd be getting the planter ready, but that's okay. Hopefully he'll be doing that here soon. And hopefully I see, yep, Pat's over getting going. Planting. Cool, a lot going on. Curtis must have power washed the cat off. Had a couple hydraulic leaks, so he was probably fixing that. I'm gonna go set this chemical on my sprayer, and I should be good there. And then I'm not sure what I'm gonna be doing. Hopefully be getting Nathan going. Honestly, I'm not sure where he's even at. He's working that ground somewhere. Curtis went to go grab Nathan for dinner. Cool. I'm not sure what all is going to happen here. I don't even know what chemicals I have. We have to start taking inventory of that here soon. Bisopolite, Magnum, oh, atrazine and metolachlor. Oh, cool, that's got our dual. Oh yeah, we got 2 of those. Phosphonate, that's chemicals. So that's corn chemical. I'm guessing that's corn chemical too. Not sure. Either way, I got stuff to figure out because hopefully I'll finish up beans today and I can get going on corn tomorrow. TBD, not sure. So you can kind of see the winds. 16 mile an hour right now, but by 3 o'clock it'll be 15 and dropping. So I think by 3 I'm going to try and get spraying. So I believe Nathan, or Curtis ran Nathan to go get his good truck to go hook onto his seed tender. I think I see Pat's seed tender all the way over next door already, so that's good. So I think we're getting everybody prepped. That way I don't have to service them at all, so that way Curtis can focus on tillage, I can focus on tillage and then spraying, and the 2 guys can plant without any need for me to be a gopher, like, hey, go run me seed, go run me fuel, etc., etc. It's a hope, at least. So everything that's in purple is our soybean seed. You can kind of see we got quite a bit. Got a couple corn seed here, and then the rest of all the black boxes are corn seed. So we plant two brands. All of our soybeans are Beck's, some of our corn is Beck's, and most of our corn is Cornelius, which Cornelius is that local company by Springbrook that I always go by. So I think Nathan's gonna get his truck, hook it onto this thing, stick an extra box in there, and then we'll go from there. Oh, those guys are moving logistics around. I'm gonna start greasing Nathan's planter. Nathan should be back here soon. He's got to grease, move some seed around, and I think that's about it. I think we're ready to go, and Curtis is gonna get on the field cultivator. Okay, Nathan and Curtis just pulled in, so time to grab a quick bite to eat, and then we'll hit the road. Like I said, I just started greasing Nathan's planter and got about half done. At least gets him going quicker. All done with dinner. So now I just dropped Nathan off. He's gonna get moving in the finisher. Oh yeah. Whoa, minus 40. You're gonna die. So he's gonna get moving in the finisher. I'm gonna go help Curtis get hooked up to the field cultivator, help him go through that, get him going, because he needs to get moving too. Assuming Pat has a pretty good day, he's going to need to work, plant the ground that Curtis is gonna go work. Yay. Engine power reduced. Nice. So here's what that 9RX was working last night. Worked up real nice. Look like a freaking onion bed out there. That's probably gonna get planted here later this afternoon. Got the seed tender staged and liquid fertilizer staged. Nice. And I'm going to shut this thing off so I can get rid of that code. Nope. Pretty slick. Cool setup. Sucker is tall. Just nudge the top. Go ahead and shut this guy up now. This is our 53-foot field cultivator. Like I said, it does not have a disc gang in the front, so it doesn't do a very good job of chopping stuff up, but is it wide and can it cover ground? You can go about 8-9 miles an hour if you want, so you can really get some stuff done with it. Pat's just starting his outside round over there. Nice. And here comes the neighbor's planter, as if about 18 hours straight before their field cultivator or their VT ran through. Nice. Now I'm gonna go help Curtis. We're gonna unfold this guy, start greasing it, changing shovels, and checking it over basically. Get it ready to go. There, he's already unfolding. So this thing is 52 foot wide, something like that. So we'll unfold it so we can look at all the shanks, air up tires, all that fun stuff. It's always good to do that on concrete too. So you can kind of see it's a 5 section. We're unfolding the outer wings right now. Cool. That'll work. Okay, now I start climbing. I got the front all greased minus a couple pins. I'm gonna have to just drop it, like lower it down some so I can get it. And then we gotta air up tires, and I think we should be good to go. Hopefully. There's Nathan work his way around the field. Nice. So he's gonna keep running just because we gotta keep ground ahead of the planter. And I'm gonna, oh, I don't know, finish this up, then I'll swap with Nathan. Nathan go start planting. You guys know the song America F yeah? That's what I think of when I see a Chinook. I think that's a Chinook. Oh yeah, that's definitely a big helicopter. Oh yeah, they got their back bay open so they can see. Just National Guard doing some training runs. Awesome. I feel like there needs to be a bald eagle flying over right now. America F yeah. There goes Pat, he's out planning, and Nathan's working ground here. We got one greaser that's not taken. Fun. Okay, we are sitting good. All greasers took, all of our shovels are looking good. We call those shovels, sometimes called sweeps. And I think we're about ready to go. Curtis is fueled up. He's gonna hit the road, get cultivating. So Nathan's working this ground here below the road. Pat is got about a third of that piece done there. And he's gonna go down to Freddy's and plant that piece that Curtis is gonna go work. And then he's gonna come here. Definitely won't get that far today, but we'll see how far he gets. I'm walking over to go get the four-wheeler for now. Bring that over, that way it's just not sitting in the field. Gonna be trying to outrun his dust, but I don't think I'm going to. And here's our first planted field. Nice. There goes Kurt. He's off to go work some more ground. So am I. So let's go. Let's get it. Back in the saddle. We're bouncing over chisel plowed and in hydrous ruts, but that'll be okay. We're smoothing her out nicely. Ground's a little bit chunky. There's actually a little bit more moisture there than we were expecting, but it is what it is. Nathan is just getting ready to look at the planter. He's greasing it right now. Then he's gonna go ahead and grab some seed and get ready to go. Probably stage his tender. So Pat's about halfway done with that cornfield right there, and Curtis just got going about 1.5 miles to the south, working on that piece. I got a long ways to go here. It's about a 160-acre field here, half-mile long rows. One of the better fields that we have. It's got manure for years and years, but I've been working on this for a while. Neighbors planting some soybeans or some corn there. A lot of stuff happening here in Jackson. Well, I guess we're in Clinton County. We'll be in Jackson County here in about an hour and a half because we're right on the county line. It's hard to see Nathan, but he's got his seed tender hooked up, and he's gonna fill it up with some seed. He'll have his tender full. 2 varieties or 2 pro boxes. That'll get him planting all day and all night as long as he wants. Nathan moving his tender over next door. He'll park it there. That way when he runs out of seed, he can drive down and go get it. Pat, I don't see him in this field, so he must be doing the small one there. Got to fold up and get to it. It's a 5-acre piece. Card to that video if you're curious on me working it. You guys might be wondering, why are there weeds growing here? Why does it look like we didn't chisel through there? Well, that's an easy answer. We didn't chisel through there. Reason being is we don't like chiseling in the low spots, or in the low spots where water can flow, because if we get a real big rain washer and we really loosen up that soil, and I'm digging, we really loosen up that soil, we get a big rain circle, we're going to lose all that soil, and it's going to cut a big old ditch down through there. So, but if we don't do it, really the only downside is we're not breaking up that compaction right through there. But that's okay. That's something we're willing to take. Doing this little itty bitty corner right now. I'm actually skipping every other pass, and then I'll basically come back and fill them in and finish on the long runs, and I'll be on to the long rows. Oh, I'll see how well a fox gets chewed up. Incorporate that thing into the soil, I suppose. Guess that's why we had the disc gangs going. Help cut up that carcass. There it goes. It's crazy how little dust there is when I go through something that already worked. Just tells you how much moisture is actually in the soil. Just we're just smoothing it out and letting it dry off, and it'll be perfect planting conditions. More weeds. I get that. There's Pat. Just got done with that little piece. Now he's moving on to finish the rest of this field. Okay, we finally got both planters running for the first time all year. Got the bean planter there, corn planter right there. I'm running here, and Kurt's running about 2 miles that way. We also got a John Deere 24-row planter right there. A lot of corn, or a lot of seed going in the ground right now. I love it. Pretty nice. Working up nice behind. So he's got a 30-foot bean planter, a 1245. That's actually not quite 30 feet. It's actually 28 feet, 6 inches. No, 27 feet, 6 inches, I believe. 23 rows, 30 inches, 15 inches apart. No, I'm lying. Let me check my math. 28 feet, 9 inches. That's what he's at. So, like I said, he's got 23 rows, 15 inches apart. Normally they're called 30-inch planters, but if you had a 30-inch planter, you won't be exactly symmetric. 23 rows, you're one right in the middle, and then you're even up from there. That's just kind of how planters are set up. Because if you think about it, that's actually built in a 12-row frame. 12 rows, 30 inches apart. You're just putting a row in between every single one. So I hope that makes sense. Good. I can't tell, but I really hope that he is planning with GPS right now. I know his left marker's not down. Oh, he is planning with the markers. Why is he doing it? He's paying for the really nice subscription, but he's not using it. Hi. Okay, let's get it. This is probably the best drone footage I've had of this year. So I'm going to shrink myself in the corner. Let's talk a little bit about this and talk a little about, and I'll answer some of you guys' questions. So as you guys can see, I am actually running our 340 Magnum. This is our older Magnum. We bought it used on an auction about 6 years ago now. You might notice that bracket in the front. This is actually the same Magnum that we put a silage pusher bracket on the front. That is what we use to actually push up our silage into the bunker. So it's our 340 Magnum. It's a 2013, I believe, 4,000 hours, something like that. And we're pulling our sunflower soil finisher. What a soil finisher is it literally conditions the soil before it finishes it, as opposed to a field cultivator that just quite literally cultivates it and then finishes. So soil finisher, at least in our definition, we have a disc gang in the front, then a rolling basket that kind of helps break up clods and condition that soil, and then we have a row of sweeps that help kind of smooth out and level stuff out, and then we have a drag behind it to really kind of smooth things out. So you can kind of see we can run this thing about 5-6 mile an hour, something like that. We're a little underpowered for what this tractor or for what that implement is. You really need at least a horsepower a foot, if not closer to 1.5 horsepower a foot. The Cat's a perfect match for it, but the Magnum can pull it, just not in the hills at all. You get in any hills, it's not good. So you can kind of see we're rolling. You can really see with that angle right there how ridgy and how bumpy this field was, and then afterwards how much it smooths out. So then you go about half a mile straight north of where I'm at. Nathan's planting right now. He is in our other 340 Magnum. So we have a new 340 and an old 340. The new 340 is what he's in. It's a 2018 model, right around 2,000 hours, something like that. And he is planting soybeans with our 1245 soybean planter. So what that is a splitter. 1245, the 45 series is the series. It's a center pivot, and it the frame itself does not move. It actually has parallel arms, which is how a sprayer works, to actually move and raise and lower the actual planting bar itself. So you can kind of see we're about 28.9 or 28 feet 9 inches wide right now, and he can usually run about somewhere between that 5 and 8 mile an hour, depending how good at going he is. You might be wondering why he's using markers. He has a GPS on there. Well, it's just good to use your markers on that outside row, because yes, he is using GPS, but if it ever messes up, we're using WAS, which is the free signal. That kind of can drift back and forth about 12 inches or so. So he wants to pay attention to it. That's why he's running markers. And like I said, it's just good to have it every once in a while. So Nathan is our bean planter guy. That is kind of his job. I believe he actually owns this planter. The farm actually owns a majority of the equipment, but there's some piece of equipment that we have bought ourselves. We don't have like a partnership or anything along with the farm. We basically are just kind of slowly trying to buy into it as we can. I'd like to set up the farm different, but again, it's not my call. I am the nephew in the whole operation. So like I said, Nathan's slaying beans. He's doing pretty good. And then, like I said, as you go about a mile straight west of where Nathan's at, you're going to cross over where I am. Look at the striping. That's actually from our stock bales we pulled off last year. You can actually see them from 400 feet in the air. And then you can kind of see when I flew over myself, and here's Pat. So Pat is planting with our Steiger 400. It's a 15-year-old tractor right now, and this planter is a 3-year-old 2150. The 50 series planter is a centerfold. So this thing is 60 feet wide. You can kind of see it's a little bit bigger. Had to zoom out quite a bit. It's over double the size of what Nathan's doing. So we're planting corn on 30-inch rows, so 24 rows at a time. And you can kind of see he goes right around 5 mile an hour. Can go a little bit faster, but not a whole lot. He probably averages 4.5, I'd say. This is real speed. This is not sped up or slowed down at all. So like I said, it's not great. We absolutely could use speed tubes or the high-speed planting option in about half our fields. Other half, it would be absolutely kind of a waste of money, I would say. So like I said, we're still doing around 20 acres an hour instant or 30 acres an hour instant, 20 acres an hour realistic over the day in good fields like this, because you got to stop for, plugged seed tubes, or if you run out of seed, anything like that. And Pat is using his markers. You will find out later that I screwed up big time, and we planted our first 200 acre fields with the wrong correction signal. So we pay about $2 to $4 grand a year on higher correction signal GPS. What that basically means is you can pay to bring your accuracy from plus or minus a foot, so you could be 2 feet off, to plus or minus an inch, which is what we want to plant with, because we have individual shutoffs on these rows. So my fault. I put the activation code in, but did not change the tractor over. It's not great. It is what it is. So like I said, individual shutoffs. Pat could be turning on a foot late, which would be a big gap right here, but he actually once we actually had that correction, and he's within an inch, which is exactly what we want. So Pat is still using his markers because he was having GPS accuracy issues, and now that makes sense now that we're seeing this. So it is what it is. People make mistakes all the time. That's just farming. You have to make so many decisions on your own. Farming is a very complex job, and there's a lot going on, a lot of moving pieces, so stuff's going to happen. It is what it is. But on the bright side, he's 60 feet wide, going 5 mile an hour. He can still cover ground. I think the biggest day he's ever done in this planter was 250 acres. I'm hoping he beats it in real time. It is May 12th right now. Tomorrow, he's got 400 acres of good, flat-going, half-mile-long plus rows to do tomorrow. I'm hoping he beats that record, but we'll see. Hopefully he can get a good day. Anyway, back to me for soil finishing. I'm getting this done, and then Curtis Exact's going to take it over and finish this with the cat and the field cultivator here soon, because I need to get spraying in the video, as you can kind of see. So, and this is just kind of how I land the drone. I actually just catch in my palm. I don't know if you're supposed to do it, but I do it because it's a lot quicker and I don't risk damaging the prop. So anyway, let me know if you guys like this kind of drone format down below. What a good planting operator he is, getting out, checking his depth, checking his spacing. Nice. And Pat stopped right now because he's almost out of seed. So he's probably just shuffling. Actually, I can see him up on top of the tanks right now, shuffling some seed around, get him to the end, and he'll go fill up. Wait. There's Mr. Mark. Have a good planting season. And Pat's just got done moving the seed around. He should be starting up here soon. And yes, he is using his markers. Nice. Rolling. Nathan's gonna need seed right now too, and so does Pat. Oh wow, probably help them both out. I lied. He's just coming to this side of the field and striking a line. There was a raccoon that just popped out. Oh, I'm sitting right here by the ditch and a raccoon just popped out right next to me. Literally, the thing was huge. Well, we are done for a while working ground. I got about probably 45 acres done, something like that, maybe 50. But I need to go help Pat with some seed, and then I need to get spraying. I want to get a couple loads sprayed off. So I can maybe get done with beans tonight. We'll see. Big maybe. Either way, let's buzz over and help him fill up with some seed. Beautiful day for a four-wheeler ride. Let's do it. Get them off. Just let this tractor cool down for a little bit. There's enough. Look at these beans, they're sprouting. So where Nathan test planted before he left to start on my field. All right, let's go. Perfect timing. He's just empty. Pat ran out of seed, or had all the seed right here with 12 acres left to go, so he had to come back here and shovel it forward. He has to do that every single time. Not a great design case. Dumping the seed from the Pro Box into the chute into the conveyor. That's what you just heard. Now conveyor into this thing. Trying to get as many of these seeds into this tank as possible because these are expensive. Load it up, ready to roll. Now time to go spray. Cool, so Nathan just got filled up, Pat just got filled up. Nathan's gonna need seed first, so I'm actually gonna bring his seed tender out back, and then Pat is going to, he's rolling right now. He should be able to run for another hour and a half or so, then he'll have that field done. Nathan probably got another 2 hours before he's got that field over there done. But we're moving, that's all that matters. We have approximately 120 acres of corn in and approximately 150 acres of beans in. Corn should beat the beans by today, but you never know. And then out of the beans, I don't know, we got 500-ish acres of beans in to do this year. 550, something like that. And then of corn, oh, I don't even know. 2,000? I honestly don't even know. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna walk over and grab Nathan's seed tender and bring it out back. He's moving. Moms are all looking at me like, what in the heck is he doing? Party. Take this unit out back. The cover crop over at Butch's is dying. That's good. And I sprayed that too. I hope that dies. So Nathan's doing the field that he's on, and then he's actually going to do this field on the other side of the dike there. Hopefully he gets everything done tonight. It'd be 90 acres, not too bad for starting at, what time did he start? 3 o'clock, something like that. And I'm just going to park this thing right here for him. So the reason why I'm called the gopher in the spring is because I am in the most highly productive job, the sprayer. So I don't need to be spraying 100% of the time to catch up to Pat. But Pat is basically our weakest link. We want to keep him moving the 100% of the time. Curtis should be able to do about 20% more than what Pat can do. Especially in that cat, he could probably do closer to 30 or 40. So we need to keep him moving. But the problem is we were behind. In case you guys don't know, we had to shut the planter down last night because we ran out of worked ground. We usually like to let the ground sit an hour or two after we get done working it before we plant it. So because of that, he had to shut him down last night. So then today, Curtis didn't get going on his next field until, I don't know, what time did we get done? 2 o'clock, something like that. He's just about done with that field. The problem is we gotta let it sit an hour or two before Pat can plant it. So again, when we're behind the 8 ball, that is why I jumped in the tractor and worked about, you know, a quarter of that field. That way Curtis doesn't have to run till 2 in the morning tonight to get that field done. So does that make sense? So anyway, I'm the gopher, and again, because I'm running the most highest productive thing on the farm, the sprayer, I can still catch up. I'm still hopefully gonna get 150 acres done today, maybe even 200. We'll see. I doubt 200. I gotta do quite a bit of driving to, you know, to the first field I'm gonna do. I gotta drive 8 miles that way, spray it out, drive 8 miles back, fill up 8 miles. You'll get it, you'll see it. But so yeah, it's not gonna be perfect, so hopefully I can get 150 acres done. That'd be really nice. Whew, I'm tired. And you know what the cool thing, neighbor rolled in this 80 acres right here, however much it is. He finished that before we even got our 100 acres done, and he rolled in when Pat got his end rows done. So just shows you how fast you can be if you're running an ExactEmerge, because that's what they can do. ExactEmerge planter or a precision speed tube, that's a high speed planter. You can go up to 10 mile an hour, probably more than that. Whereas ours, we can only go 5 mile an hour. So yeah, it is what it is. Okay, I really need to get going on the sprayer. Whew, and I'm tired. Let's get filled up. 4 ounces of authority, 5 ounces of distribution, 8 ounces of dicamba, 12 ounces of copper oil. Let's get it. Well, Nathan must be behind the house working. Less than half done with this field, not too bad. But now it's time for me to get moving. And when Curtis gets here, he's gonna start working this way, head north. Get all this work tonight. Oh no! Bormans look like they broke down. Also looks like they got a new planter, a 40-footer. Nice. Yeah, their tractor hood is up. Not good. Hopefully you guys get it fixed. So I'm heading west. He's almost got this field done. Means we'd be 150 acres in once he does. Trying to see where he's at. Oh no, he's still got quite a bit left. Now he's working south, or west to east. He's still got another hour left. We are rolling now. Got all the outside rounds done. And it was a nightmare. I got 2 more waterways to do, but it was not fun. That's the downside of having this pulsing system with the case boom, is that I can't, I gotta outline these waterways if I don't want to burn them off. So much fun. Neighbor out working some ground. I'm just killing these weeds. I've been wondering why this patch is just a little bit weedier than the rest. Well, it's pretty easy. We actually had alfalfa in this strip for a while. So we're, when you have alfalfa, you always just fight weeds for a little while afterwards, for probably 5 years. Just about empty with the first tank. Got about 50 acres in. Not bad. Steering wheel movement detected 5 seconds after. Case GPS is just so fun sometimes. I hate on it. It's economical, but it is not the greatest. On occasion, it can be good. But I'd say overall it is inferior to other ones. I mean, I say that, but ag leader, so that new ag leader system we put on the cat, it's screwed up right now. It doesn't work. Whereas the Case Magnums, that GPS is working just fine. Really all of our other Case stuff, so I don't know, it could just be new machine gremlins, or I don't know, is that an omen that we shouldn't run ag leader? You guys tell me. What do you guys run on your farm? Oh man, it was working all year so far. Dang it. Oh well. What's cool about being way up here is I can kind of see everything going down at the farm. Nathan's about 2/3 done with that first field, so he's doing good. And I can't see Pat. He's probably just about done with that big field. And there's Kurt heading home with the cat, so he's all done with that one field. So hopefully Pat can just keep rolling and go right into it. We'll see. Sweet, this field is done. Second field done of the year. I like it. And Curtis pulling into the field I pulled out of. He's gonna hammer down. Let's load up again. Hey, the baby's out going for a ride. Oh man, I love it. Loaded up and heading back to the field, and I see some dust flying. I wonder what this is. Oh no, that's a planter. Nice. Guy going to town with a 12-row. Is it a Cyclo? An older case planter called the Cyclo series? I forget exactly what it's called. I think it is though. It's a Massey tractor on a Cyclo planter. Nice. I love this time of day because you can clearly see your pattern. You always want to have a good pattern because that's how you get very good coverage. That looks pretty dang good right there. Just about done with this field. Another 10 acres left or so. Cruising. There's a lot of weeds coming up in through here. I'm honestly not even sure what this weed is. I really should pay attention to my weed species more. I just know it's a broadleaf weed, and I don't like it. I want it gone, eradicated. Last pass, then we'll be done. Be about 73 acres. 73.5, something like that. 100 foot wide, 13 mile an hour is cooking pretty good. Remember, actually this was a fence line right here across down in there. And it was a pain in the neck to pull out. I actually got poison ivy from it. It was a lot of fun. Yep, 74 acres. I don't know where they ruined this field and built like a nice finished pad like they were going to build a house, and put an address there but never built the house. I was wondering why they did that. Kind of sad to see farmland keep going to houses, but their property, they do what they want. I get it. Pat is rolling on the next field. He didn't stop to do chores, which I'm happy about. Let's get this field done, so then we're going to have about 225 acres of corn in. Yeah, that's about right. Hey, look at this fence line. I love it. Hardly any trees, minus this one, which I couldn't get. That's the one I couldn't get either. Also, this volunteer weed is dying off. Spraying, overhanging the field edge just a little bit. I don't have a grass killer on, but that's okay. That will kill off any broadleafs that are there. Just gotta hold back the edges of the field, because that's usually where your weeds come in if you have a good chemical program. Because usually the weeds will hold at bay actually in the field if you do it right. Anybody else just hate the depth perception? It's just so difficult to see 50 feet away from you and make sure you're not going to smack a pole. Now I'm cruising. I'm on our biggest bean field of the year. About 95 acres or so. Get her done. We're still doing an hydrous. It's almost May. It's actually pretty impressive. Beautiful night for it. It was really windy today, but it really calmed down. I love it when a plan comes together. Almost out, literally right at the entrance. That is freaking awesome. It never happens like this. Oh, I love it. Let's go load up for the last time. All loaded up. Last load of the night, about 8:30. Nathan's actually showing Jeff around. Got Jeff running the cat right now, and I'm guessing when Curtis gets back, he'll jump in the 340. So we'll have 2 tillage tractors going. Well, there's the boss coming back with the bean planter. And I'm spraying this field, and he might be able to plant this thing tomorrow. Just kind of depends on how much he gets done tonight. I'm not sure what Nathan's doing. Oh, he's unfolding right now and checking seed. Nice. And watching me do my work. Love it. Time for some food. Rana's got it. Case sprayer, guys. What would this be? This light is solid, it's not flashing, where the other one is flashing. Any thoughts? Any ideas? Guessing the bulb is bad? Okay, got my food, hit the road. Cruising. Pat's right there planting. Done with his outside round, just doing that little L piece of the bottom piece of the L. Then he'll get on the long rows. Hopefully he'll be done by midnight tonight. Hopefully, should be. And I'll be done here in about 20 minutes, I'd guess. It's going pretty good. I just jinxed myself, didn't I? Man, when I'm just spraying, nothing's going wrong. Flat, easy rows, auto steer, GPS. I had no complaints. It's just fun. Either Pat's having trouble or he's out of seed, or I'm honestly not sure what. He'll need seed there at some point, but I don't know what's going on. He hasn't moved there for a while. He could be eating as well. I need to go buy a lottery ticket. Again! Out right at the end. Quite literally 2 gallons left. That is nuts. All right, well, pretty good day. Dang good day. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Yep, Patrick is, he's moving now. Planter troubles. I'm heading down there to go help Pat out. For one, we were planning on WAS, and we should have been planning on RTX, which is cellular-based RTK. That's on me. That's 100% my bad. And there's Curtis rolling along with the cat. Curtis or Jeff, I'm not sure whose that is specifically. But that field's just about done. And Pat's, like I said, having troubles with the planter. So the correction line, yeah, that was one thing. But probably the bigger thing is we're over, you know, population is all over the place. It's planting a lot, then it's planting nothing, and yeah, I don't even know what's going on. Well, there's a dead planter. No, not dead, but shut off. Told them to do a key cycle. If they ever have any issues, first thing you do is key cycle it. Well, got them going. It was a fight and a battle, but we got her done. 160 acres in today. Not bad. Not amazing, but not bad. So I'm going to bring him to the seed tender, and hopefully he gets a good start in the morning. Well, just doing a little bit of editing and realized I did not film an outro for this video. So anyway, we're going to head out, guys. Really appreciate the video. It was a late night for me. I didn't get home till about 11:45 that night because Pat needed help with the planter. It was a disaster. That was a frustrating day for Pat, that is for sure. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and close this out. Thank you guys so much for watching. A lot of content coming, a lot of videos were filmed. This video was filmed on the April 29th, so about 2 weeks behind. It might get a little bit more behind soon because I can only edit about 3 videos a week because they do take, you know, 3-4 hours of time to edit, and I just don't have the time by the time I work a full job and I'm spraying full-time hours, so I don't have a lot of other time. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, take it easy, stay safe, and ta-ta for now.